Good afternoon, students. You've been invited here today to witness the 10th and final event. Mr. Gordon, choose the topic.
I choose creating power slap.
Okay.
So a few years ago, I started watching some videos on social media and online of guys slapping out of Poland and Russia. I started looking at these numbers and they were pulling like 350 million views. We knew the first thing we needed to do was get sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Turn this thing into a real sport.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but...
In a battle where anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, and probably will.
Welcome back to the channel as we finally put Power Slap League out of its misery and move on with our lives. Diving right in, it seems the production team, knowing full well that a big 0 people actually watched this show, bombards us with recaps of literally every slap fight. Once was definitely enough, thanks.
This is what is on the line tonight.
So we've got one heck of a stacked card headed our way. 8 whole fights. Woo! Better pack a lunch. Wait a second. That's just the prelims?
I hate my life.
After those soon-to-be classics, we'll be treated to the main card, consisting of 4 5-round title matches. Yeah, okay. As the, from what we've been told, best slappers in the world take to the power slap table thingy to do battle, including the cream cheese of the crop, coaches, Darius the Destroyer, and the Wolverine.
Tell them I hate them.
Darius came in right at the top end of the weight limit, 265 pounds.
Hot on those heavy heels and headlining the prelims is the Bell and the Iron Giant Dwayne Crespo, who Michael Bisping says was the biggest man in the house while he stares down his opponent who is clearly larger. Oh, and Ryan Phillips is there in the back too because we simply haven't seen nearly enough of this absolute douchebag.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Before any slapping starts, we're told that Power Slap League has taken off on social media like a rocket ship. And from there, the exaggerations keep on coming.
As long as you haven't been living under a rock, you have definitely heard the name Slap Jesus.
Hi, Grandma? Yep, it's me. Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing, and one question for you. Do you know who Slap Jesus is? No, not him. I said Slap Jesus. Slap Jesus. No, I'm not saying you would do that. You know what? Never mind. You aren't even on TikTok anymore. Finally, it's time to put the social media victory lap on pause for a second to give all those who are new to the sport a rundown of the rules. There's a whopping 4 whole things for the striker to keep in mind, but luckily 1 and 2 are exactly the same. The defenders have 3 rules to abide by, including holding behind their backs what's apparently called the power slapstick, an appropriate name because this whole thing is comedy. I also love that every word is capitalized like it's a text from your dad. The next 2 things we see provide some great insight into this sport, an empty arena and a promo package about how important winning the coin toss is.
Some fighters choose to get hit first if they show the opponent they can take their first shot. It's a huge psychological advantage.
Not quite as big of an advantage as, striking first, but worth a shot, I guess. All right, without further delay, match 1 is finally upon us, provided Robert Trujillo can successfully find his way to the stage. Fortunately, he's got Ryan Phillips as a guide, and if you look real close, you can see someone left a trail of Twinkies, so he should be good. It's refreshing to see an actual tail of the tape, but unlike in real combat sports,
none of this matters.
Who cares what their reach is? It's not an advantage when you are instructed to measure and smack the guy. But hey, at least besides that and the 8-year gap, it does give them an opportunity to declare these 2
Virtually identical.
2.
Wow. The number 1 ranked lightweight slapper in the world goes down. A plus 215 underdog wins. Better cash those tickets.
You can see the right side of his face.
That would be the left.
Back-to-back fights in which Jules Scott has been knocked out.
Also incorrect. It's weird that the commentator is chunking it so bad, because the rest of this production is just such a well-oiled machine, including Jewel being escorted out while Trujillo is announced as the winner, and Charlie trying to head up the stairs before realizing she's nowhere near where she needs to be, and promptly hauls ass to the back.
Super heavyweight, that's 265 plus. We did have a match on this card, but that was actually canceled.
We really wanted to bring you a super heavyweight slap off, but wouldn't you know it, both of them had heart attacks, so maybe next time? As Travis Aragon awaits another guy in the conversation for biggest dipshit in the house, Carice Archer, we get to see the first of many highly informative attributes. He's right-handed, so yeah, try not to get hit by his right, I guess.
Reese, one punch Archer.
When it's the only time you'll ever compete on television, or, well, Rumble, you really got to soak in the moment. The commentators mention that he's had 10 pro MMA fights, and kindly leave out that he's lost 8 of them. But as you know, I'm far less kind than that.
1 point red stepping.
Flinching
red.
This guy lived in the power slap house, where the only thing they did almost as much as get drunk and assault each other was practice slapping and getting slapped. And he still can't do either.
You want another snap?
What the hell is this sport?
But he started rolling with it too early.
Red.
That's it. It's over.
Well, I'm not sure any of us expected that. The man called One Punch gets a new nickname, 6 fouls. And that's apparently the most you can get before they tell you to just leave.
Don't kick me out. This society is everything to me. Please give me another chance. I've learned my lesson. Reese Archer, an engaging young man, very easy to root for.
Well, agree to disagree.
Your goal was to put Reese to sleep. That was it. A little bit difficult to do so when he kept flinching.
Boom. Roasted.
Pretty good first 2 fights so far.
Nice of Travis not to bleed on Charlie there.
Alex Asbury has never backed down from a challenge as a fighter. Time to shine against Paul T.
Wouldn't be such a bad flub if he hadn't mentioned the guy he's actually competing against about 8 words prior.
Alex Annex Religion Asbury battling Andrew Provost.
Okay, the number 5 ranked Alex Asbury with 2 wins on his record is somehow the underdog against the yet to have his broken hand raised in victory 6th ranked Andrew Provost. And yeah, that's about all you need to know. None of these odds are real. They're not even trying.
Called a stepping foul. I'm a little surprised that we're seeing this many fouls.
New to this, are you? Yep. I was once like you. The best thing you can do is just turn your brain right off. Sort of a slap fighting rule of thumb.
Good point. Jason Herzog never...
A little surprised that they didn't take the point.
Should have been a point deduction if you asked me.
1 point deduction for the stepping. 1 point deduction for the stepping.
A note to all you wannabe slappers out there. Both of you, listen up. Ryan Phillips is the guy that you want in your corner because he will fight tooth and nail to make sure the ref doesn't forget to take a point away when you foul.
2. What a comeback for Provo! Trying hard. I don't think he's going to make it.
He's grabbing that table.
I love how Bisping and his buddy try to make watching a concussion victim pull himself to his feet exciting. I mean, like, unless you're an injury lawyer, I don't see anyone being entertained by this. I stand corrected. At Dookie Fart MMA is on the edge of his seat, apparently.
With the injured hand.
What's going on with your hand, and how were you able to put on such a massive performance with that injury?
It's fine.
It sure is.
Well, I told him I was going to huff, and I was going to puff, and I was going to blow his fucking house down.
My God, I hope he actually told him that.
Dorian disturbing the peace, Perez.
This guy is apparently 25. Has he been living his life at 2x speed? Like, he looks like he's ready for retirement. I swear every strike is either called a foul or it should be and the ref just misses it. Perez's gut bracing against the table helped him get away with that one. Nope, can't put a spell on the ref that time, pal. Flinch City. This is a weird spot they're in here. Frank the Tank gets rocked, climbs back to his feet in time, but even still the ref never seems like totally sold on it. And when they bring up the doctor, he's just like, hell no. So perhaps the rules as they're written aren't actually that safe. Heavens no. That can't be right, can it? And the award for least relevant attribute of the night, no, it's not which hand he uses to brush his teeth or that he's good at velocity or something. It's that he apparently works on rocket ships for a living. An actual rocket scientist, and here he is competing on power slap? We may need to rethink that saying.
Houston, we have a problem.
Benches 420 pounds.
A statistic that should immediately disqualify you from slap fighting.
The foul on both fighters. Flinching takes precedence. That is a warning.
They should cancel each other out.
Okay, so if your opponent flinches forward and you slap him in the ear, you've also committed a foul? You can't tell me they aren't making this up as they go. I'm probably considered a Power Slap League expert analyst now, and no, that just doesn't sit right with me, sir.
Here's the second slap of the first round. Oh, another stepping foul. So the crazy thing here is, Michael, that had Quinones not gotten up, he would have won.
It's not a horrible strategy. I mean, at least then you wouldn't have to listen to Coach Dipshit anymore.
Don't listen to these guys. Listen to me. Got 45 still. 45.
Okay, that's a foul on flinching. That is a warning.
As an expert analyst, I've got an idea to solve this nasty flinching epidemic that's sweeping the power slap world. Hear me out. Every defender wears a paper bag on their head. If you can't see the slap coming, you won't flinch.
Don't lift.
Better sit up and take notice. We're about to watch a slapper who's in the million YouTube views club. Must be nice.
Trained and lived at Jackson Wink for 6 weeks.
Is that a long time? 6 weeks?
Says his girlfriend helps him train.
You know, I'm all for the couple that trains together, stays together. But is this really a good sport to work on with your girl? You're likely to have someone at the gym call the cops on you.
I'm really impressed by the coaching of Ryan Phillips, telling him to breathe.
Yeah, imagine if he wasn't there to remind him to inhale and exhale. The guy'd pass out from a lack of oxygen. Phillips is a lock for the best coach award at the Slappies.
This stuff never gets old.
I know you've got to keep the commentary going, but that was boring as hell and you know it.
Once it was all over, did you feel you had done enough to get the victory?
100%.
No one else thought that.
That's horrible.
I mean, it was very close. So you say absolutely, why so? Well, we love the confidence. Something else you had mentioned coming into this, that Emmanuel Moody's was doing this far. But he brought a pretty good fight tonight. Was there any adjustments that you felt were needed to make throughout the course of this fight to put yourself on top?
Nope.
Can't stop thinking about you. Only 1 gram of sugar. I want to crack you open and drink you to the last drop.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Right on one again.
Waylon has a different philosophy for receiving the slap. He turns and almost walks away immediately after.
Don't turn around walking away in apparent agony.
If anything, it seems like he's figured out a way to cushion the blows to the head that he has to take, but nah, you're right. Way better to just make mean faces at your opponent. Provided you're still conscious, that is. Well, the judges get some help deciding who to name the winner when Slap Jeezy doesn't even know which way to stand.
You want me to hold this?
Oh, no, I wanted you to scoot a little closer.
Okay, I got you.
Maybe that was a bad call, but really, this would be like having 2 dogs squat on your lawn and trying to judge which one did it best. In the end, it's all just shit. And that's why you get scores like this where every judge comes up with something completely different than the other. All right, one more fight and then we're on to the main card. Whew. I could almost taste it. The end is near.
My job is I'm a professional fighter.
Your record would indicate otherwise, but do go on. You know, I'm starting to think I don't even need to bother, as the Burger King of Kings is doing a fine job of demonstrating what a loser he is all by himself. And just like that, the Iron Giant adds slap fighting to his growing list of losses. Even with that kickboxing fight canceled, he's now completed a grand slam of getting KO'd. Boxing, bare knuckle, MMA, and now power slap. I won't research it whatsoever, but I feel confident in saying he may be the least successful multi-combat sport fighter in the world today. I'm not sure why Charlie interviewed him on stage, but if I had to guess, it's because after 8 fights, finally the place looks slightly less empty than a theater showing Morbius.
5 knockouts. The last one we just saw, the hardest hit that I've seen for a very, very long time.
How long count? 15-ish years?
And it was really his cleaned up technique that eventually paid off in the end and earned him a spot in this title fight.
Early on, Chris Thomas told Jesus, we're going to be fighting for the title.
New power slap welterweight.
Moving right along.
Being able to bring the belt home would mean the world to me, the world to my wife.
Nothing but tough guys in power slap.
I like to party and go out with friends and drink.
Yeah, we know.
So after seeing each of the episodes and my behavior, it's been a lot better to accept it.
Is that how they're handling it in AA these days? I ruined all my friendships, almost got booted off the show, but I accept it. Cheers.
Oh my God, he headbutted the podium.
Well, now we finally know what that table's for.
He's a welder during the day, grew up on an ostrich farm, ate ostrich eggs for breakfast.
Why are there so many ostriches?
Let me tell you something about AJ Hinch as well. He's a custodian at a cardboard factory.
You want a job in my factory? You don't have a factory. Hey, I'm a busy man. You want a job or not? Okay.
Vern seems like a decent family man, but how can you cheer against a hustler like AJ? I mean, he's picking up some custodian shifts mere minutes before competing.
Will AJ.
Oh my God!
6. He's still wobbled.
He's trying to compose
himself. Fighter's good.
He got knocked down, but now he's standing up and everything. Fighter's good. Never been better, in fact.
He hasn't trained as much as some of these other guys have. He wants to prove he can do it just kind of on his own without really training, and then he's going to train down the road and be unbeatable.
Yep, that's the sign of a great sport. Your champion still hasn't gotten around to starting to train yet.
You ever been soccer kicked in the face with steel-toe boots?
I have not.
I have. I got up and beat his ass.
Did you now? Take us through your finish in this one.
How so?
Take a look.
Oh, beautiful.
So now it's finally time for the main event. The fight we're told we've all been waiting for. A couple excellent promo packages show us that each competitor has swung their arm and smacked a pad at least a few dozen times in preparation for this night. It cannot be overstated how big of a deal this is.
God's collide.
Yeah, maybe referring to yourselves as gods was a bit of a reach.
He's bulked up. He's got heavier. He's put on 25 pounds of muscle.
Sure, why not? I mean, if anything, he looks like he's lost weight, but I can't imagine you guys would lie about this, so wow, what a transformation. Truly inspiring.
And rocking those cowboy boots. Look at that.
So I'd say it's a lot better than wearing those shoes, I can tell you that much.
You'll need all the help those shit kickers can bring you up against Darius the Destroyer. Just look at that face. I wouldn't want to come across him in a dark alley. Although it's entirely possible because he does kind of look homeless.
And he's doing the no-shoe thing as well. I don't like the no shoes.
Don't worry about it. If you watch this season, you know he's full of great tips and tricks, so if Darius goes in barefoot, it's only a matter of time before all the Little League up-and-coming slap fighters are doing it too.
He doesn't waste time.
And he's heavier.
Oh, brother. Darius is clearly only partially concussed. The kind of head injury that wouldn't even be a problem on the underground circuit. But here where there's all these wussy rules, it's game over. No wonder he walked off without congratulating his opponent. Who wouldn't in a similar situation?
Who would you like to face next?
Well, apparently after tonight, it looks like the Bell.
Exactly. Sorry about that.
You got to feel for Charlie. There's really never anything to ask these guys other than how did you slap them so good? But she's trying.
Do you think some of it can be attributed to the extra weight you put on? Does that equal extra power?
Just imagine if he said that to her. Such a double standard.
Everybody is talking about how good the live event is, what it's like to be here live.
Yeah. All 30 of them look like they were having a blast.
By the end of season 2, we'll have found out who the best fighters, in the world are.
I thought we already knew that. It's these guys. Guys like Jesus Gaspar and Carice Archer and Ryan Phillips.
Good one. Kids that we brought in started training and started learning how to do it. So,
Oh, good. Start them early.
like I said, you couldn't script that any better.
I have to agree. How could you script it better than one guy slapping another guy in the face and that guy going unconscious because of it? You just can't write this stuff. Okay, we made it. It was a really rough ride for all of us, some more than others for sure, but despite each episode making us exponentially dumber, I can't say I didn't have a great time making fun of it. Everything about this train wreck had its charms, from the thumbnails that no one bothered to put in any effort on, to the action that was much more alarming than exciting, to the insufferable losers they yanked out of obscurity and exploited. Now let's just hope and pray that that was the last we see or hear of Power Slap League. Okay, my friends, thanks once again for watching the video and for checking out the channel. Next time, I promise we'll leave Power Slap League alone and get back to something a little more familiar. So make sure you're subscribed and check back for more soon. I'm the J Shot. Thanks for watching. All the best.